Hi everyone, so I am live. I'm choosing to do it on my personal page. That's it. It's like, I don't remember, and when I do, I'm like, it hasn't really picked up on the other end, and kind of feels lonely there. Like I don't feel the energies of people. Maybe because I'm more used to being on this platform, or this platform, there's more interaction, or who knows. The other one, the other platform, Marine's Transformation, is great for all the short videos and everything, but it's like it's missing a vibration of some kind that I feel more comfortable doing on my private page. Anyway, New Year's is on the way. New Year's is on the way, and I'm so glad it is, because every year that we experience, we're experiencing new energies. We're experiencing ourselves in a different way. We're experiencing life in a completely different way. This doesn't mean that not every minute, month, and day that we are not experiencing new versions of us and new life experiences. It just means that like 2023 had a kind of energy, if you look at the numerology and what was happening, right? And then when 2024 comes, there's a new kind of energy. And it just depends on how your energy works with that energy, right? Where you're at today, how you will move forward with that energy. And moving forward doesn't mean feeling lighter and happier. Moving forward just means evolving, right? Evolving in whichever form you choose to evolve from wherever and whatever platform you're at. So for the New Year's, I wanted just to share that the self-discovery program, Awaken to Your True Self, is open and ready for you to register and dive on board. It's only 4 weeks. And in those 4 weeks, we're going to dive deep into your resolutions, into diving into the truth of who you truly want to be, what you truly want 2024 to provide for you from the insides, and not the egoic mind that's pouring in, but your true essence and what it really means. Also, it's all very channeled and intuitive and psychic. So the collective do receive a lot of information, and it feels very specific to you, no matter the number of people available. And there are lots of shifts that will take place. And I think it's a beautiful way to start your new year. Now, going into the rampage of thoughts. It's been like a month, I think, or maybe less. Now, as you've noticed, time feels like it's speeding up so fast. And the day starts and ends super fast. And yet, when you look back in time, it feels like it's been forever since something happened, right? So it feels like forever ago that Christmas was here, and yet it was just here and passed. And yet it felt like it passed so fast. It's just a very strange time warp that is happening. And I think we are learning to let go of time as a way to judge ourselves, as a way to time ourselves, as a way to see our progression, as a way to define that we've aged, as a way to, there's something happening with the time. It's being warped so that we're not so attached to time anymore. Like, I'm running out of time, or I need to do this quickly, or this urgency, this impatience, right? So time is going even faster than our urgency and impatience. It's going to be at a point where time is it starts to just go so fast and it doesn't make sense anymore, that we are going to be free of it in a way. We're going to let it go. We're going to be free of the attachment of time. Like, oh my God, I'm 40 now, I'm 50, I'm 60, like time is passing, I'm nearly dying. Or the time of like, I'm supposed to be this person or this, or do this at this time, or be successful at this time. It's like, there's a time warp where your attachments to your passions and letting go and your patience are less to do with time, right? So once time kind of goes, everyone relaxes. When you stop worrying about time, I think I'm going to change the title, but I don't know how to change the title anyway. So obviously I had something else in mind, and something else is being channeled and psychically coming through me right now. So it has to do with time. So the fact that time is not as coherent as it was before for a lot of people. Whether you are spiritually awakening, whether you're not, it really doesn't matter. It's affecting everyone in the same way. But we need to start disattaching ourselves from it. Like as it speeds up so fast, like we're impatient. Now I want to share this with you. I want you to pay attention to the shorts that are happening. The shorts in YouTube and the Instagram 1 minute thing and the TikTok 1 minute, like it's all 1 minute, right? In 1 minute, you're supposed to share something really quickly, really amazing, whatever it is, so people can get it. Why? Because people get bored. People get bored and they want to move to the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. That is attached to impatience, right? We are not absorbing information anymore, right? We are just glitching. We're like in a program of glitches, right? Next. We can't wait. You keep scrolling. You're not giving anything time, right? You don't give yourself time. Everything is on speed. And I was like, I personally get on Instagram very rarely because I am a super sensitive person to the environment, to people's emotions, to the collective. It's like, really, I feel a lot. And so when I'm going through Instagram and I'm looking, and there are wonderful things to look at, and they're so fast, I start to lose breath. Okay. And in that, so I'm over exaggerated in how I'm like, oh, almost all humans are probably feeling this way, but they're unaware, unconscious of it. So the reason it's done 1 minute is, and I'm not saying there's a conspiracy theory, there's any of that stuff. It's just think about it this way. When you are in a state of anxiety, when you are going through anxiety, a worry, stress, depression, what does it feel like in your head? What does it feel like in your head? It feels like thoughts are speeding by. From one image to the next, to the next, to the next. There's no like a thought pattern of, oh, I'll go here and then I'll do that. And when I do that, I'll do this. And maybe I'll stop by this store and get that because I really want it. There's no gentle, easy way of flow. However, when you're in a state of worry, anxiety, and stress, your thoughts, you can't grab onto them. They are so fast and they're on every topic and they're everywhere all the time. So your anxiety your thoughts start to look like just quick images all the time. And they're very off topics. Like, oh my God, I won't be able to do this. I'll do this. So that's kind of anxiety. Now, when you get on TikTok and Amazon and the shorts on YouTube, anything that's really short, Instagram, the little minutes, it's exactly the way anxieties work within a human being. So it causes more anxiety for the person because you can't absorb the information. You're not with a thing long enough. You're not with an idea. You're not with a video. You're not with an information long enough to absorb it, to contemplate it, to be patient with it, and to hear the person out and to feel the person out. You're not even there to receive it with ease for it to go in the way it needs to go in. So it replicates these short videos everyone's watching. These replicate the anxiety thoughts. It's perfectly replicated the way anxiety works in the mind. That's what the mind does when you're having worry, stress, and anxiety. It keeps bringing you up with pictures over and over and over and over again, and they make no sense together, right? It's like, oh my God, I'm going to be poor. Oh, I didn't answer that friend that way. Oh, I have to do this. And you're overwhelmed, right? And you can't think. A lot of people are getting depressed and anxious and stressed because of the speed in which people are absorbing information, right? Even on Facebook now, there's the minute long, the few seconds long, 60 seconds, 30 seconds long. So no one's getting a chance. To find their inner peace. Everything's super fast. So if our minds are doing this, technology is offering us that, telling us, no, you've only got a minute. People's attention span is getting so little. What happens when our attention span gets so little, right? You can't introspect. You can't be consciously aware of yourself and of your thoughts. There is no time. You're in a rush. You want the next hit, the next hit, the next hit, the next hit, right now. What is this doing? It's rewiring our thoughts patterns. It's rewiring the neurons in our brain to be in a state of tension consistently because there isn't a thought long enough in your mind so that you can find the solution. You can be inspired to feel more free. So when time is speeding now, so the day starts, then night comes, days are passing. And yet when you look back, you're like, oh my God, Christmas feels like it was forever away, but it really wasn't. Like there's this mix up. Okay. When that goes even more, so that is going to speed up even faster than our anxious thoughts. At some point, our anxious thoughts won't be able to catch up with the time speed. So everything needs to relax. The thoughts are just like, oh, I need to relax. Think about it. When you spend time on Instagram, like flipping through all this, where does time disappear? It disappears. You get up and you're like, oh my God, I lost myself. I lost hours and minutes of my day, of my life, and how do you feel after? Well, for me personally, because I really feel intensely so that I can see it. It feels disconnected from the world. It feels alone and lonely, because then you look at your life and you look at everything else that you've read and you start to wonder and compare. So there's a kind of sad depression that takes over, a kind of stress, a kind of worry, a kind of comparison, right? Maybe some jealousy might arise, maybe comparison, feeling bad about who you are, putting yourself down, thinking that you're doing it wrong. There's a lot of denser energy that start to filter in your body with these 1 minute things. Like I would recommend watching a good 10-minute informative thing where you have time to think. You are in the presence of somebody who's aligned, who's speaking with peace. And then you feel more, I can get it. I can get this information, right? So I'm hearing now like, okay, these are the comparisons. So we've got the time warp that is going to force us, okay, to shut down the speed thoughts, which are very similar to what we have created in front of us, which is the Instagram and the shorts. We've created this. It's just a mirror to show us how we're all going through anxiety and we're all going through pain right now and how fast our thoughts are. So yes, it is a rampage of thoughts. So interesting. So I've noticed for the last month there, I have had a crazy rampage of thoughts. I'm not an Instagram scroller. I'm not a Facebook scroller. I'm not a TikTok scroller. I'm none of those. However, I go on Instagram and just check out some things because I think they're interesting. And then I get off like tops, if like anything, it's 5 minutes because I can't. I choose not to. I don't want to. However, I'm getting those thoughts, rampage of thoughts. Worries, concerns, thoughts, and I can't even connect them to my life and I can't connect them to anything. And what I've come to understand just yesterday is that this is the collective. This is people are in so much worry and so much stress and so much concern, and people are so much in their heads, in their thoughts, even though a lot of us are spiritually awakening. A lot of our intuition is waking up. A lot of our senses are awakening. The thoughts are really becoming very aggressive. So you might be feeling anxious and stressed, and this is not something that you usually go through or you work through already, but it's there. You're thinking thoughts that don't even align with your lifestyle, but they're there, right? Or maybe you are thinking thoughts because it does align with your life and it's there. It's just all a little intense. Why? It's all coming to life. It's all coming to light. It's all being purged out of us. It's getting so intense that you have no option but to look at them, to slow yourself down. So if thoughts are going insane, okay, thoughts are going insane, remember that you are a soul. Your essence is very at peace. Your essence is like the wind breeze, the gentle wind breeze. It's very peaceful. It's very gentle. It's very patient, right? Source is unconditional love. What's unconditional love? There is no expectation. There is no pressure. There is no have to's and you must. It's just easy going, right? That's your true essence. That is your true essence, right? Because we are a breath of source. We are the spark, right? So that's your true essence. And then the mind, that's the ego. That's the 3D. And it's talking and doing all this rubbish. Oh, it's just rubbish, making you panic and worry. Panic and worry gets you nowhere. Trust me. I panic and worry and it gets me nowhere, right? And I've been panicking and worrying because I'm hearing so much. So I went to Cirque du Soleil the day before yesterday, and it was an auditorium filled with humans. So I walked in, I shielded myself. I'm like, brain, you're in your energy. Feel no one. I want to enjoy a show. And I love human beings. I love being around people. I love it. I love it. I love humans' energies, and I love speaking to humans, and I love psychically getting information for them and channeling information. I adore it. And yet there were so many people. At some point, the first 15 minutes, I was fine. I was watching, and then I started to feel things and think things. Started to think weird thoughts, like weird thoughts and weird feelings. And I'm like, oh, I could feel everyone, hear everyone. And I lost myself. And I started to hyperventilate because it was so intense and it was so negative. Like even people are watching the show are feeling really in despair and anxious. And I really felt, oh my, that's when I discovered this is all not mine. Walked out, took a deep breath, did some of the body energy medicine, Donna Eden, grounded myself, brought myself back, and asked divinity, right now, I am here, keep me here. I also recommend to wear obsidian. It's a very powerful, for those who are sensitive and feel a lot, wear that because it really subsides it. And then I brought myself back and I went in and I actually started to enjoy. I like had to have a fortress around me and I could enjoy and I can feel. And when they come in, I'd just be like, no, no, no. So people's thoughts are rampage. Time is moving, complete insanity, really fast. Don't worry about time because then you're going to worry more about, oh my God, time is flying and I'm doing nothing. Okay. And as much as you can, if you have a great way of being in your center and not being sucked into the energies of those shorts, right, on Instagram and everything. I mean, I do them because if this is the way I can help people, I will make short 1-minute videos to help people, right? But it doesn't necessarily mean, don't lose yourself there because it's rewiring your mind in such an anxious state where you can't think clearly. You can't receive divine inspiration. You're not at ease and peace. Like think of your mind like this. And you just want to unlock it and just allow some air to come in. And these things do not help. Do not help at all. Stop scrolling through it all. Okay? Take a break. Give yourself, you're going to feel addicted, right? You're going to notice that you're addicted to it, right? Because it resonates with your anxieties and fears. It resonates with your comfort zone, which is, let me always be stressed and worried, and it resonates, right? It's as if they've done something or we've manifested something to show us clearly how much our brain is working and how much we've lost the essence of being in our truth and in our divinity and in our peace and trust of source and life. That was intense. Thank you. Okay. So that was pretty intense. That was pretty fabulous, actually. Jill, I got some answers through this. I want you to know that I always rewatch because there are things that I'm saying that I'm not very consciously aware of as I'm saying them. And when I re-listen to myself, I get it. It like makes sense to me. And it's, as much as I'm doing these lives for everyone, since we're all connected, we're all like this of the same essence, then it's also messages for me as much as it's messages for you. I hope this was helpful. I would love to see you all in Awaken to Your True Self, discover your self-discovery program, and you will really discover more about who you are, how to tap into your joy, your happiness, how to release anxiety, stress, and fear, and how to just to be in your confidence a little bit more, to round yourself up, to feel yourself differently, to step into your true essence. And it's really very exciting, really exciting stuff because it becomes very defined for you specifically. It's very different than these lives. These lives are more collective. The workshops and the one-on-one sessions are really defined. Like I merge into your energy. I psychically receive information from you through your words and everything. And for me, it's delightful because, as I said, I love human beings and I would love to help everyone free themselves, from the demise of themselves. Anyway, I love you all. Give me a thumbs up. Please leave your comments and questions. I work best with questions, like you ask a question or you need some information or you have an insight to share. I will feel it and then I will sense you and then I will get the truth for you, which will also help everyone else. Love you all. Take care. Give me a heart. Give me a hug because I adore hugs. And I'll see you next Thursday on the live, hopefully also on Awaken to Your True Self. I'll keep the link at the bottom on the comments for you to join. Just join. Don't go too much in here. and take care of yourselves. Happy upcoming New Year.